are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the LA Chargers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Fairbairn to kick off.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
In motion goes the tight end. Throwing first play is Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
And their coach told us the other day that they wanted to get him in a nice groove right out of the gate. And one way to do that, give him quick throws where he can get the ball out of his hand in a hurry, as he did there.
So from the 37, here's second and a yard. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
42-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now a second and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Oh, that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Texans will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 cornerback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And the Texans first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Stroud off the play fake. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on that in my fantasy game.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Herbert now. And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
A run. Here's Hampton. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Chargers, first down.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now it's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 29 yards. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stroud sets up the play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a gain of 17
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Stroud. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, then you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They need 2. Here's third down. Stroud looking to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Danielle Hunter. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run with the USC man, Woody Marks. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This is 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Texans first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Marks now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Stroud to throw it. They set up the screen, Marks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Stroud going to give to Marks. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
For the field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Texans 3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Keenan Allen.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston's offense taking over again. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Here's Stroud. He'll swing this out to Marks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Stroud. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and And they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And now another one thrown incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Oh, able to avoid him. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They work inside here, Hampton. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Omari and Hampton taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. Deion Henley in there to bring him down. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Open man is Kirk, complete.
Stroud's pass complete to number 13, Christian Kirk. A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Davis now to return it. Dances by him. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Herbert. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
A gain of 19
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he is caught. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Omari and Hampton. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are able to add on to that lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now.
21. Texans 3.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
So
after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Gets past one man. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Out of the gun, it's Marks. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tui Pelotu, he got in there and met him behind the line of scrimmage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. As Stroud now to throw. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They run straight ahead with Marks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd down and 6 now. Up the middle, it's Marks. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Throwing now is Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. Now Stroud. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Tui Pelotu. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Stroud looking to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
In motion, the tight end. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A run once more with Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's Herbert. And they find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Herbert now. Giving another one right back to Allen. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
As large as been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Hampton. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on third and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Hampton going to try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Marion Hampton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
28, Texans 6.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blow is the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Second and 15. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. Well, their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First down, Houston.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll swing this out to Marks. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. 1 second, all that remains.
Hey, we gotta switch it up. We gotta switch it up. We gotta switch it up.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Fighting it off. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Texans take over.
The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Marks to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Stuffing him behind the line there. That's Dayon Henley. Really nice play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. Short completion, just 4 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here for Davis. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And they will take over 1st and 10. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And the Chargers, 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Herbert, quick pass out wide. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
play action. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing the game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Trying to run for it with Hampton. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Back to Hampton on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 29, here's second down at a yard. Again, it's Hampton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Chargers, first down. First and 10.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the give, this is Hampton. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's second and 1. On the give, it's Vidal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Kamani Vidal, a 9-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now he's going to step up and run. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7. On the bootleg, Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man, that's Collins. He's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 40. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Marks now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Stroud out of the gun here. Checks this down to Marks out of the backfield. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's Hampton. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 158 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Justin Herbert keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chargers just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score. Chargers 42.
A drive there of just 4
9.
plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stroud. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Houston.
Looking to throw. Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now a 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Stroud. And his throw here is incomplete.
Plain and simple. That's the second time today that he's dropped the pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And Stroud now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Another one caught by Collins. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Houston.
On the toss. It's Marks. A beautiful fake. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They set up the screen. Marks. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Stroud. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll bring up a second and goal. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Deion Henley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Third and goal, Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk from 10 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And they get him down, but not before he takes him across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
On first down, it's Hampton. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. Well, something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. He's happy about this play. Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Herbert off of play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Houston set to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
So after a run like that, I would guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He don't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. Seems pretty obvious defensively, and key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Stroud sets up the play action. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
30. And the Texans 1st down.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throwing again is Stroud. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Stroud working out of the gun. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Tui Pelotu able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. LA set to take over again on offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Third down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, 64 yards. And the Chargers had 6 to their lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
49. Texans 23.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Stroud going to give to Marks. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. From the right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tui Pelotu. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. That's going to be caught by Kirk. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good gains there back-to-back for Houston in the passing game, and another first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
From out of the gun, here's Marks. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Stroud looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score. Chargers
So that drive
49,
goes 8 plays.
30.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This now a 3rd and 4. Herbert now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Brad McConkey with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score
5 plays there on that drive.
Texans
And it winds
30.
up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. A little juke. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed 1 bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try it now with Marks. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. And Stroud now to throw. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And 1 yard to go.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run forward, Marks. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
He's taken down.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Stroud. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the 29, Stroud. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
One final shot for C.J. Stroud. To the sideline and incomplete. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.